So I have quite few questions. So straight away going into those questions. First question. From getting up until practice at 6 a.m. So I assume before starting the practice. I found some days left nostril open and some days right nostril open. Why at the same time, in different days, we'll have different open side? Okay. Before going into the next question, within this, one of the session we were seeing the breath flow between the right and left nostril. It will keep altering. Every 1 hour or every 2 hours, right nostril better flow, left nostril better flow. Is it fixed? It will change every 1 hour or every 2 hours? Not necessary. Various factors will not allow that this nasal altering to happen. Your body condition, based on the work you do, your mind condition, or already if you have any fixed practice. Otherwise, the altering left to right and sometime both. In fact, in between the transit time, maybe very brief time, both have that opening. So, say you got between that 5 to 6. In every day it is not same. As I said, that various factors. my sound is okay? Is it clear? Okay, okay. So I was saying the same timing, 5 to 6, it can affect based on your sleep, based on your mind condition in that moment, based on the previous day activity, based on your menstruation cycle. So, so it's not fixed. 6 to 7 right side, 7 to 8 left side, 8 to 9 right side, not necessary. So that's what we are checking now. What's happening? To understand this first as per your condition. Certain physical condition may be obvious. So for certain practitioners, they may get that right side blockage all the time or most of the time. Or left side may be less flow than the right side. By observing, you will see the pattern, the method based on your body, mind, lifestyle, all. Now, why it is not the same time? Why it is not? Why it is different at the same time? All these factors. That's what you need to observe. Okay, same practitioner following this question. I use the way what you taught to open in some degree when my left side was blocked. But after a while, it comes back to block again. What to do at that time? So as I said, what you are doing, timing also, based on that. And is it your left side all the time blocked? Now you are using that technique to free the passage. So if you have already set in physical condition, obviously you may feel that blockage often. So what to do at the time? It's not just for that. Overall, if you are knowing the pattern for you, so as I said, if it is just happening only one side all the time, which is not we want to have. We want to have that flow also based on our actions. And in coming sessions, we will give a little bit more focus on that as we are doing this Swaya Bedana, Chandra Bedana, Nadi Shuddhi. Then you will know when you have that understanding between that right left flow, then you will see that if it is blocking, when we have to change. As I said in the morning, while you are getting into meditation, pranayama, where you have to be more sensitive, your senses need to be sharp. If your senses need to be sharp, that means your alertness, awareness. We need that flow on the left side. When you go at the beginning time, maybe that way, but when you go deeper into pranayama or deeper into meditation, then it has to be balanced, which is we want to work on that evenness, especially meditation. But it will not simply happen if the mind is very active. you are in meditation, then you may see that, left side still working. Emotionally, any disturbance that will bring that pranic energy movement stronger. Normally, the right side, it is more about the physical movement, also aggressive mind conditions, emotional mind conditions. Okay. So in that way also we can try to alter. With the different situations or with the different examples, we will study that, we will look into that. Sometimes Surya Bedana can open when you have the left blockage, and because of fully blockage of left side, cannot do Nadi Shuddhi. So under these circumstances, how to get even? Quite a lot of practitioners may face this situation. They may have the left side good opening or right side good opening. But when you want to do Nadi Shuddhi, the partial opening is fine, but blockage is not going to help. So that time, if you want to do Nadi Shuddhi, of course, it will not happen exactly. So the preparation starts, especially when you are practicing on your own. Okay, sorry about it. I think now should be better. So I was saying, so first you have to start with the postures. The postures which is helping for you to free the passage. And not just the postures, you can, along with that, go for the kriyas. Kapalbhati kriya. Or even we see that chalneti. All these things will be helpful to free the passage. Maybe not completely, at least to some extent. Then if you do Nadi Shuddhi, it will be effective. And that is there immediately, maybe 5 minutes, okay, after that it is starting again. Definitely you need to check your system. Is it sinus issue, respiratory system issue, or the food what you are eating has the issue? So that need to be fixed. If occasionally happens because of some weather changes or body condition changes, cold, flu, which is fine. But if it is your regular condition, permanent condition, then without fixing it, getting into various techniques of pranayama will not help. So what can be done? Until then, go for Ujjayi. Only one side is happening. If it is suitable for you, Surya Vedana or Chandra Vedana. Okay. Otherwise, it's not going to help. Okay, SSV. So definitely you cannot get into Nadi Shuddhi. Okay. Need to be fixed through all these means, then you can do. Okay. This morning, become left side open and right side little blockage. Getting up until the whole process of pranayama, feeling very much quiet after practice. Okay. The mild flow, that's okay. Means one side you have better flow, other side less flow, which is fine. Okay. Next question. Menstruation. Pranayama with lying down position with the belt on the shin at the end, you set full without effort. And is that okay to remove the belt? At the end, yes, you can remove. Even in menstruation time, it's not that must you have to use the belt all the time. Also, when your practice is getting longer, better, it's not must that you have to keep the legs active and you have to use the belt. And furthermore, in the long run, when you continue the practice on your own, supine pranayama, it's more preparation. The actual pranayama happens in the sitting position. So you can notice these days we are reducing the lying down, slowly increasing the sitting time more. So pranayama, meditation, spine upright. During menstruation, yes, you should not do it by force. So you can lie down, practice, and it's not must also. At the end, definitely you can remove. Okay. At the ending part of pranayama, you said without any efforts. Okay. Every time I feel nose becomes soreness and want to cry or what to cry. Okay, I assume you want to cry for release and also very much enjoy that feeling every time. Do I need especially to chasing that feeling? At the same time, I feel the power of nature is so strong. If following that power without any resistance, it seems can see my whole karma and can know there is the reason which making all the things happen to me now. So how to recognize if it is the thoughts from the mind or the real ability of awareness? Can this continues to happen? Okay. Okay, first, what happens when we let go the effort? Physically, also after the pranayama practice, even with the breath, also with the mind. Okay, physical effort you let go. Breathing effort let go. But the mind, you may want to let go, may not happen. Thoughts or sensory wise, you are active and all those things can happen. But say because of the pranayama practice, because of your regular practice, that you are able to get into that effortless state even with the mind. That means less thoughts, no thoughts. Your awareness start to travel further within your various states of consciousness. Generally, when we enter into from the surface level further deeper within ourselves, that whatever the emotions and other things related with past experience will start to come up. There are many practitioners. I don't know in online, I don't really able to see, but when we do in person, many practitioners after a good pranayama practice, which means like an hour or more, because of that continuous practice, they easily go inward, and it is releasing, taking out all the things, whatever their emotions and other things that suppressed. Mainly unknown fear, sadness, and various other things. So out of nowhere, just come out, tears erupt. Sometimes it can be even because of joy, but quite most of the time from that subconscious mind, whichever that holding on, you are able to go and dig and bring it outward. So first, if you want to cry, happily cry. Don't hold that, okay? And don't think like, what others will see or anything like that. No, just cry. Maybe the family members seeing like, what happened with the class, like, maybe the teacher scolded this and that. Don't worry, you just say something. But if you feel it, don't suppress again. Okay. And yes, definitely it's a joyful emotion, joyful expression. Don't chase that. Don't try to run away from that, or don't try to block it. Don't come out to the surface level immediately and try to act that nothing happening to you. No. If possible, you stay there. Maintain into that level of consciousness and see from where that comes from. Which will be, it is kind of cleansing, which brings that conscious or that awareness, and which helps for you to go further into meditation as well as to bring into a day-to-day life. So if you follow that without any resistance, you can see your whole karma. Don't worry to see your karma. Okay, we don't need. It's all the same thing. Okay, not only your life, my life, anybody's life. That the whole pattern is very simple. We all got into some desires, and we were chasing the desires. We were doing many things to achieve that, and things are happened. We were so happy. Things are not happened. We were not happy, and then things are not happened. We were trying to get it and running behind that. This whole karma pattern will be like this only. Anybody's life. The incidents may be different, The characters may be different. The situation, the place may be different. The time may be different. But the, the gist of it, that overall pattern is same. It is like any movie, whether it is Bollywood movie or Hollywood movie. Same condition. What happens? It's something happening. Somebody is working against, good people. Somebody is villain. So some good soul comes, and they are trying to overpower, and they fight, and they achieve. If it is an action story, if it is a romance story, if it is a comedy story, you will see there is a pattern. Okay. Anything you do within that, it will come. Same karma also same. Also same like music. Music have that 7 notes. Within that, all the combination going, changing, and any music, whether it is English, whether it is Chinese, whether it is Hindi, or any kind of music, it will go within that. Just that other things added, instruments added, notes added, singing added, language added, this kind of little bit differences. That's why the fundamentals, the base of our existence is same. Okay, so don't look into that. You don't need to. So you are asking how to recognize if it is the thoughts from the mind or the real ability of awareness. Can this continues to happen? How to recognize? Your experience and your ability to see that experience objectively. Sometimes at the beginning, yes, it is happening naturally. Sometimes your mind may make it up. And you can only recognize that by seeing everything objectively. What is that seeing objectively? Don't look that it is happening to you. When it is happening to the person next to you, your friend or family members or neighbor or unknown person, how do you see? You see as a third person, right? Somebody getting into certain emotional state, you are seeing them, they are in that emotion, you are observing, you are seeing. Same way, when you are going into that experience, your observing, your awareness is different, the observing person is different, the person who is experiencing is different. It may happen within your body, it may happen within your mind, but there is this observing person, awareness person, who is seeing the body, who is seeing the mind, who is seeing the thought, who is seeing those emotions. Maybe you can't see straight away, but cultivate this as a habit. When you are eating something, you see it's very delicious and you are really enjoying the taste. Now, who is really enjoying? The taste buds giving the message and mind is recognizing, and that enjoyment is taking place because of the taste. Aware, you are just observing that enjoyment. It is not that the enjoyment happening within you. You have to see that differently. Good opportunity is when you are practicing asana, when you are stretching, when you are getting the pain, see that the pain is happening in this body and you are seeing the pain. You are seeing the place where the pain is happening. If you look, I am getting the pain. That's where the difference. Then you don't see objectively. Then you will start to look for pleasant experience. That's where we create the division. When something happening nice, wonderful, pleasant, enjoyable, then we see it is happening to me and I want to get that again and again, then we start to chase that. Like you are asking, can this continuously happening? Can it happens again? Can it happens continuously? Why? Because you are enjoying that state of mind, that state of experience. But think other way. Every time you do pranayama, you get some burning sensation. You get some heating sensation. Your body is trembling, shivering. No, you can't focus on something. Would you ask the same question? Can it happens again? Can it happens continuously? No, we don't want that. This is our life. We have been creating or created that division, and we are seeing the life through that division all the time. Something nice, good, I want. Something not nice, not good, I don't want. Which is the nature of the mind. That's how it wants. But the reality is, we don't have the control. You may have all the plan, you may do all the preparation, you may maintain that for a long time also, but the reality is a lot of things we don't know, a lot of factors we can't control. So if you are able to see these things objectively, that's what I'm saying, as though you are looking at somebody, even your own body mind, then pleasant experience, fine. Unpleasant experience, still fine. Why? It's not going to be there all the time. So the reality of life, it will keep changing. You enjoy, enjoyment will not stay. Something not nice will not stay. Something wonderful will not stay. Something nice, something not nice, it will keep changing. If you get this clarity, then you don't chase behind nice and pleasant things, because that naturally the accepting mind is there within your condition or within your place or position. Whatever happens, it happens. Okay? So objective mind will help to see the difference between the reality and illusion. Okay. Next question. You said in the process of practice recently, they'll have feelings of subtle energy coming. Okay. I have experienced that there is this energy from inside goes up along the spine to the crown of my head. Okay. And this time my breath become more passive and running of energy leading the rhythm of breathing. So is that the feeling of energy which you have said? So one of the session we were seeing these different bodies, right? The gross body, subtle body, causal body. Until we work with the muscles, bones, and skin and posture. So we are dealing with gross body. Also, if you start to go more inward, maybe you are listening the sound, you are whatever that you are receiving through the senses, you are aware of that. Still, it is gross body. Where you are moving a little bit from this gross, that heat or cold sensation, all those things, still we can say it's a finer aspect of gross body. Now, when it about the energy movements, energy centers, so where it is going further from this gross into this subtle body. So when I was asking you to observe, we have to cultivate this habit, not just limiting our observation, not just limiting only with the gross body. We have to get into that sharp, alert, focused, observing mind to recognize all the subtle movements happening within us. And if you are already feeling that movement, energy movement with your energy centers from the root to the top, which is the deeper aspect of this energy body, pranic movement, pranic field, which may not happen for everybody. In fact, I would say it is other end of this or further deeper aspect of this subtle body. So yes, that is also, but before that it may be just a less movement of this energy. It may happen on your arms or shoulders, or there is a gross aspect, but further in. And if you are feeling that, keep observing that running of energy to the rhythm of breath. And you will go by the time when you go deeper with that centers, not only you will move away from the body, you will move away from the breath as well. There you don't do any regulation. Okay, that's the energy movement or the centers. Give good support, good base to go into deeper side of meditation. So after the pranayama practice, if you are able to get into that energy movement, stay there, continue as a meditation. Okay. Next few questions. In recent morning session, you mentioned that if the airflow of the left nostril is better than the right, but you didn't explain the reason. I cannot check if you did say that or not. But if it is, can you explain? Yeah. So I was saying that when you are getting deeper into the sensory plane or very sensitive, or getting into passive practice, asana, even asana have some physical movement, physical action, but even within asana practice also, pranayama, meditation, or things that you are focusing with calmer, quieter mind. If the left side is active, that prepares you to get the balance. Why? This energy movement. When we want to do something very actively, even thinking aggressively, analyzing deep side, physical activity, something we are doing with a lot of movements, your right side will be active. But as I said, pranayama meditation, to go into that deeper side, left side. In fact, when we go deeper into the meditation, the flow has to be getting into the neutral state, that is the third state in the center part. So that between right and left, there will be balanced flow. That's the aim, but it is not something happen by desire. It comes by practice, it comes by the balanced state. Okay. When I feel imbalance in the energy, what should I practice? Using just Surya Chandra Vedanas, or keep practicing Nadi Chodhana? Imbalance means what? Physically imbalance, mentally imbalance, cannot focus, cannot stay, or emotionally imbalance. Any kind of imbalance, first you have to come to passive state, a balanced state. It may be very strong physical activity, but still underneath, at the background, we need to have that calm, quiet state. That should be the effect of yoga practice. You may be in a very crowded place, so much noise, shouting, or you yourself talking or shouting or doing something, but the background passive state need to be there. Or you are in some argument, your friend said something about you, say that you are right, you are not right, you are wrong, or you have done this, you didn't do that, this and that, emotionally provoking. You may be answering, you may be defending, you may be explaining. You may need to really bring up with a lot of situations, points, this and that. But actively you are engaging in that discussion or argument, but background, your inner being, still in that neutral state, in that passive state. So when you see that, imbalance in the energy, the reason may be anything, but how you can maintain that balanced state? Only when your mind has that calm state, then you can do that. So You check what is the action you are doing, where you need to have that calmness. Do Chandra Vedana. But where somewhere you need to be more energy, more active, you need to work long, you need to feel some, you know, that that your energy is drying up, reducing, then definitely Surya Vedana to energize that way. Okay. There are many subtle aspects when it comes on this. In fact, based on this, we can go practice and study in a very detailed way. In fact, there is no proper lineage or explanation, or those who are practicing deeply, strongly like it used to be, is not now. There is not that kind of strong school now. Even difficult to find strong practitioners. When we are going into that way, and that our experience will teach us. Just because of this Ida Pingala, sun energy, moon energy, what is the balanced one, Sushumna, and how this energy balancing taking place. And keep it in mind, whatever we are doing, this pranayama, these techniques and everything, it has to lead towards that mindset where we can maintain that calmness without any effort, without doing anything. We don't depend on something to get that calmness. Suppose one day you don't do pranayama, then you say, oh, my mind is so bad today because I didn't do pranayama. I have to do meditation, then only I will get into that calm state. It is good thing, but still depending. So our practice need to lead into that mindset where it is not depending even meditation and pranayama. That should be the culmination, that should be the effect of this practice. Okay. So what I would suggest, like overall, when it is not clear, if you are very clear, then you can choose between Surya Vedana and Chandra Vedana. When things are not clear, still you want to balance, then you go for Nadi Shuddhi. How important choosing the starting nostril for practicing Nadi Shuddhi based on your condition, your state, body and mind state. You see which one is lacking. Is it aggressive side or passive side? So you can choose accordingly. Okay. Yeah. No, if that right side or left side. So whether you are going to go with, I said like two ways, right? Nadi Shuddhi. First, you go from Chandra Vedana work, which means like left to right, right to left. That's one time. The other time I said with the Surya Vedana, which means you are starting from the right side. Inhalation, left side exhalation, left side inhalation, right side exhalation. So how important, which side I have to choose? That's what I said. Based on your conditions, see where you are balanced. Is it you are naturally more active person, more aggressive person? more restless person, then you choose from the left side. When you are getting deeper also, that means you are already getting into the passive state and you don't want to disturb it, of course, still you will choose from the left side. Okay. But you are lethargic, lazy, less sharpness, less alertness, less focus. You do one cycle, you go to sleep. You do Ujjayi, already in Samadhi. Okay. Then definitely you are going for Surya Vedana. Definitely you are going for that side, Nadi Shuddhi. So that's what I'm saying based on your condition. Okay. Refer to earlier question on awareness with our emotion. You mentioned is a form of cleansing. Possible we will be fully cleansing if we keep our practice consistently. How about any relapse if we go back to our mundane daily activities? Okay. So it means like you're asking if I do continuous practice, can I cleanse all those, whatever that emotions and other things? The fact is, or that reality is, we don't know actually how much to clean. You see, everything registered. In the Yoga Sutra session we were seeing, right? Every experience we are registering. Every desire we are registering. Every likes and dislikes we are registering. It's a, reservoir of how big, we don't know. It's a huge one. So if we get into this cleansing deliberately, it will be endless. Probably other million lives are not enough. You may cleanse something within this, maybe still stored more. Okay? Then for temporary relief, temporary clarity, or to not to get into any imbalancing state. So this cleansing helps. But how we can overcome from this? Okay, if it is endless, that means what? If I keep on practicing, it doesn't help. It is not going to support. No. This practice should give the clarity, should get into the state where we are not depending of this body and mind. We are getting the clarity. I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am just the seer, I am just the observer, which doesn't own anything, which doesn't have anything to cleanse, which doesn't have any likes and dislikes, like your deep sleep state. When it can happen? Only when you are seeing yourself that you are not limited being. You are not all this impermanent cleansing, uh, this experience and not experience, this body, that is mind. These are all happening on the surface, on that plane, but you are the source of these things. So you are just in the state as an observer. We don't want to get into pleasant or unpleasant likes and dislikes. We want to overcome to get into this neutral state where I don't care whatever is there. I don't worry whatever the past. I don't really own what is happening within my body, mind is me, myself. Instead, I get into the state of just an onlooker, an observer, a person watching, like you are watching a movie. Many characters, many things, many drama. You are just sitting and watching, enjoying, crying, laughing, emotional movements happening, changing. But at the end, you are just an observer. Our practice needs to evolve to that state. You observe. That's what I said, objectively seeing. How you look at the other person when they are doing, when they are not doing, when they are emotional, when they are not emotional. Same way. The more you start to see yourself from that point of view, naturally all these things subsides. The mind loosening its capacity. The mind loses its interest to be somebody, to become somebody. Otherwise, this cleansing will never end. You can keep on cleansing. It's like set in place. You clean again. Especially when you have in the, say, in your garden, huge old trees are there. You go there today, a lot of dry leaves. You clean. Next day you go there again, dry leaves. You clean. Next day you go there again, dry leaves. You clean. Never ending. So when we get into that cleansing of all these things within ourselves, never ending. But in between this cleansing happening, for us to recognize what is the impact of those impressions, those past storage. Okay. So cleansing happening, fine, see that, but let us move into that observer state. And also, what is mundane daily activity? Anything the mind does, it is mundane. We are getting into this division when I am practicing yoga. It's a spiritual practice, it is internal practice, it is a good practice. If I clean my home, it is simple activity, it is mundane activity. If I go and work, it's mundane activity. But if I go inward, special activity, spiritual activity. If I do service, it's good. But if I just help at home, it is family activity. No. As long as the mind is awake, when we see this reality, the existence clearly, as long as the mind is awake, it is doing something. Everything is mundane only, including our meditation, including our yoga practice, including so-called spiritual journey. In the end, all comes into that mundane category only. At the beginning, maybe we see it's different, but We grow above this mindset, this division. That's where we are able to see that objectively. That's why it gives the freedom. What freedom? It's not you get into this is that the best thing to do, this is not the best thing to do. No. You may be knowing this, but doing some housekeeping. You may be doing some job in office. You may be taking care of your children. You may be like, any activity you do. It's not mundane. Everything is beautiful. Everything is wonderful. Why? If you see any other way, that's it. You are gone. You create the division. As long as the division is there, we will never come out from this roller coaster life. The mind which is desire, this is best, I want to achieve that. This is not best, I want to get rid of it. We'll keep getting into that cycle. Okay. So now we are practicing pranayama. We are discussing about it. Is it mundane or very good, special, and spiritual? Definitely mundane. Okay. Thank you all. Namaste. See you tomorrow.